When you see them walking down the aisle, you will likely feel a lot of joy. Last time I was in Westminster Abbey, I felt sad seeing the two boys walking behind the coffin. Some friendships are surprising, and that describes the bond between Elton John and Princess Diana well. Their friendship survived many ups and downs over the years, but they stayed close. While Diana seldom talked about their relationship, Elton always spoke highly of her. Recently, Elton John revealed some surprising facts about Princess Diana that many people didn't know. His stories showed us new sides of Diana, from her cleverness to her kindness. So what did Elton John share about her? Let's explore the details. Elton and Diana were close friends, and their friendship was very well known in the late 1980s. It was such a surprising connection that it caught people's attention and sparked discussions that continue even today. Princess Diana and singer Elton John had a close friendship that caught the attention of the royal family, leading King Charles to comment on their bond. Elton has always spoken fondly of Diana, especially after her tragic death. Recently he made a surprising statement about her which we will discuss later in the video. Their friendship began in 1981, and was a strong connection from the start. Stay with us to hear more about what Elton revealed. The two met for the first time at Prince Andrew's birthday party at Windsor Castle, where you performed at his 21st birthday. Their meeting was unforgettable. They danced the Charleston together for 20 minutes non-stop. Their relationship was always full of fun adventures, but like any relationship, it had its challenges and drama. But before we dive deeper, let's see how it all started. Elton John has been friends with the British royal family since the 1970s. Princess Margaret and the Queen Mother were big fans of his music, and it's said that the Queen Mother even danced to some of his songs. Elton attended art events with Princess Margaret and frequently performed at annual concerts for Prince Charles's charity, the Prince's Trust. On one occasion, he met Princess Diana at one of these events. Elton John was performing with percussionist Ray Cooper when Ray discovered a quiet disco in the ballroom. Soon, Elton was dancing with Princess Anne and Queen Elizabeth II, who held her handbag while they all enjoyed Bill Haley's Rock Around the Clock. In his autobiography, Elton mentioned that he tried to look calm and composed, as if this was completely normal. Things shifted when Princess Diana arrived. Elton noted that she had a remarkable ability to connect with people. She had a special talent for making people feel at ease. I haven't met many like her, but she could walk into a room and make everyone feel good. In 1981, when she entered the ballroom, she instantly connected with Elton John. They pretended to dance the Charleston while joking about the weakness of disco music. This moment created a strong bond between Elton and Princess Diana that lasted through many ups and downs. Elton John wrote about his friend Diana, saying she was great to be around, a fun dinner guest, very talkative and loved to gossip. He shared that you could ask her anything and she would answer. That night he also danced with Princess Anne. She approached him and invited him to dance, which he accepted. They went to a disco where the music was so quiet that it was barely heard as they danced. The Queen came over and asked if she could join them just as the music switched to Rock Around the Clock. Elton found himself dancing with the Queen of England. In a recent interview, Elton talked about meeting a young Prince Harry at Kensington Palace. He remembered meeting a very shy and sweet Prince Harry at a private lunch that Princess Diana hosted for him and Gianni Versace many years ago. Elton said he enjoyed watching the young prince grow up. A boy grew up to take after his mother, inheriting her warmth, humor and courage to stand up for what he believes in. Over many years he spent time with a famous friend, and they were often seen at big events, like talking backstage at the 1985 Live Aid concert, and John performing for Diana at a 1997 concert for the Prince's Trust. But their friendship really grew stronger in private. John remembered hosting a dinner party with Richard Gere and Sylvester Stallone as guests. John saw Princess Diana and Richard Gere sitting together by the fireplace, really connecting as they talked. However, he noticed that Sylvester Stallone looked uncomfortable and was giving them angry looks. John felt the tension between the two actors, and soon it seemed like they might start a fight. Stallone, clearly upset, eventually stormed out. In the chaos, Diana stayed calm and collected. JN pointed out that Diana either didn't understand what was going on or was so used to these kinds of situations that it didn't bother her. This made John see just how much of an impact Diana had on people, especially men. He remembered being surprised at how men would become flustered around her. John thought it wasn't just her looks, there was something special about her that fascinated men, despite her charm. It was noted that Diana's real strength came from her kindness. He referred to the well-known photo of her holding hands with an AIDS patient at a hospital in London, saying it, quietly, but strongly changed how people viewed AIDS. He thought Diana's actions weren't meant to make a political point, but her simple act of caring made a big difference around the world. Her compassion and humanity earned her a special place in many people's hearts. Every relationship is complex, including the close friendship between Diana and Elton John. Even though they seemed very close, they had misunderstandings and tensions. One major issue came from a 1997 coffee table book called Rock and Royalty, which was made with designer Gianni Versace to help Elton John's charity. This led to a rift in their friendship, which Tina Brown described as a deep freeze in Vanity Fair. The AIDS Foundation book had photos of the royal family, including one of Princess Diana with her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, as well as some pictures of semi-nude male models. Diana had first agreed to write a foreword for the book, but changed her mind at the last moment. John learned that she was worried the book might upset the Queen, but he felt there was more to it. He remembered Diana saying she didn't know what was in the book, but he thought that wasn't true because Gianni Versace had shown her the contents. Diana had loved the book, but when she suddenly pulled out of the project, John felt hurt and confused. He decided to talk to her directly by writing a letter. In it, he mentioned how much money her withdrawal had cost the AIDS Foundation and reminded her that she had seen and approved the book. Diana replied with a formal letter that started with, "Dear Mr. John." This cold tone upset John because he thought they were friends, and his anger grew even more because of her serious response. John was worried about her because he noticed she was pushing away people who could give her good advice. Instead, she was spending time with those who only told her what she wanted to hear. John, thinking about his own past, realized this wasn't good for her. Despite the growing distance between them, he recognized that this often happens between friends. He admitted that they were both too proud to call each other and fix things. The situation changed sadly when Gianni Versace was murdered in July 1997. This tragedy brought two friends back together. When John heard the news, he found Diana on the phone, unsure how she got his number since they had just moved into their house in Nice. Diana, who was staying on a yacht in Saint-Tropez, called to see how he was doing and asked if he had talked to Donatella Versace. She then sincerely apologized, saying their earlier disagreement was silly. Diana and John mended their friendship. At Versace's funeral, a well-known photo was taken of Diana leaning towards John to comfort him. Even in their sadness, they shared light moments, which was always a part of their friendship. They started talking again, and Elton John sent Diana a thank you note. In her reply, she said she would help with his AIDS Foundation and asked for his support too. Elton John and Princess Diana shared a deep bond, one that extended beyond their public personas and into their shared passion for humanitarian work. They had planned to meet in London for lunch to discuss their charitable efforts, particularly Diana's involvement with landmine charities. Tragically, that meeting never happened. On the morning of August 31, 1997, Elton was jolted awake by the sound of his fax machine. A handwritten message from a friend in London expressed sorrow over some devastating news. Confused and uneasy, he turned on the television, only to be confronted with the heartbreaking reality that his dear friend, Princess Diana, had died in a horrific car crash. Just 6 weeks later, Elton stood before the world at Diana's funeral, performing a reworked version of Candle in the Wind, originally written for Marilyn Monroe. His longtime collaborator Bernie Taupin rewrote the lyrics to honor Diana, transforming the song into an emotional tribute that captured the depth of loss felt across the globe. In that moment, as his voice echoed through Westminster Abbey, Elton channeled the collective grief of millions, offering solace to a mourning nation. Looking back, he described it as one of the most difficult performances of his life, but also one of the most meaningful, ensuring that Diana's legacy would live on through the power of music and memory. He acknowledged that performing for 4 minutes would be the biggest moment of his career, with the whole world watching. However, he understood that it was really about honoring Diana. What stuck with him the most was seeing her sons, William and Harry. At just 15 and 12 years old, they looked completely shocked. He was upset by how they were treated, having to walk behind their mother's coffin through the streets of London while being expected to show no feelings. He thought it was unkind to treat two children who were sad about their mother's death like that. To this day, JN feels a strong bond with Diana through her sons. In August 2019, after something happened with Harry's privacy, he publicly said that Diana was one of his closest friends. He felt it was his duty to protect Harry and his family from the invasive media that played a role in her tragic death. After Diana died, John stayed close to her family. In 2007, Harry joined Prince William on stage at Wembley Stadium for a concert dedicated to their mother. They received a special welcome as the organizers of the event. John had only met Prince William a few times, including at William's wedding to Kate Middleton in 2011. In 2017, he remembered the 20th anniversary of Princess Diana's death with a touching Instagram post, saying, "20 years ago today, the world lost an angel." Beyond philanthropy, Elton's musical achievements are unparalleled, with more than 50 top 40 hits on both the UK singles chart and the US Billboard Hot 100, including 9 number-1 singles in both countries. His influence on the industry is undeniable. He has also achieved 7 consecutive number-1 albums in the US, and has sold over 300 million records globally, cementing his status as one of the best-sellered artists of all time. More than just a performer, Elton John is the most successful solo artist in the history of the US Billboard charts, a title that speaks to his enduring legacy in music and culture. Elton John's tribute song to Princess Diana, "Candle in the Wind," was released in 1997 as a rewritten version of his 1974 song. It sold over 33 million copies worldwide, making it the best-sellered single ever. In 2021, he became the first solo artist to have top 10 singles in the UK for 6 decades. Among his many awards, he is one of 21 entertainers to achieve an EGOT, winning an Emmy, 5 Grammys, 2 Oscars and a Tony Award. He has also won 2 Golden Globes, a Laurence Olivier Award, and the Kennedy Center Honors. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1992, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1994, and is a Fellow of the Ivor Academy. He was appointed Knight Bachelor for services to music and charity in 1998, and was appointed a member of the Order of the Companions of Honor in 2020. What do you think about Elton John's friendship with Princess Diana? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to. I miss it.